Hello and welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Gifford Gymnasium here in Wayne, New Jersey, as we are set for this NBIL divisional matchup as the Wayne Hills Patriots host the Cutters of Fairlawn. Hello again, I am Andrew Gayo. Alongside me, David Suntup, Jason Olephant, and Jake Silverman. The Patriots have gone 5-2 down the stretch, including winning 4 in a row. Can the Patriots keep it up against this tough Cutter ball club?
Definitely. Wayne Hill has just been playing fantastic, led by super freshmen Joey Russo, Steve Locarica. They've just been playing fantastic. Mike Peischel has added a lot of senior leadership to this team, really doing a great job running the point, getting players involved, and Scott Schultz has been a force inside.
I also believe the Patriots can continue this run because Steve Locarica has really come on strong as of late, and so has Joey Russo. I mean, he's been hot all season, but Steven Locarica is scoring in bunches of late. What do you think, David? What do you think of Steve Locarica's late scoring run so far?
Well, he's definitely adjusted to the varsity level. He's really playing well. He shoots a high percentage from the field, very deadly from three-point range, and he's definitely playing great. They won against Ramapo where he had 15 points. He played very well against Demarest, so he's played very well this season, and he's definitely going to be a stud for years to come.
He was also a nominee last week for Player of the Week, and for the record.
Yeah, definitely a huge honor for Steve Locarica, and if he has a very good game today, like he did last week and this Tuesday, he could get that award this week.
And we're going to give it to Mr. Mezzi for the starting lineups.
Number 22. And for the Patriots, freshman guard number 30, Steve Locarica, number 30. Senior guard number 13, Mike Peischel, number 13. Senior forward number 34, Justin Donnarumma, number 34. Senior forward, number 10, Nick Romeo, number 10. And junior center, number 35, Scott Schultz, number 35. Ladies and gentlemen, we ask that you now please rise as we honor America with the singing of our national anthem by Wayne Hills Junior, Miss Lara Hinchman.
we are back after that nice rendition of the national anthem. Now, Dave, starters for Wayne Hills: Steve Lacarica, Justin Donnarumma, Nick Romeo, Mike Peischel, and Scott Schultz. Now, the first time these two teams came to play at the Fairlawn Gymnasium, Hills lost 52-41. Do you think Wayne Hills has a shot at this game, Dave? I mean, I believe they really have a legitimate shot, just by the way they've been playing lately.
Oh, definitely. They beat Ramapo, and the Green Raiders have only lost 5 times this year, and 2 of them are to Wayne Hills. And Ramapo is the second best team in the NBIL. So if you could beat a team if you could beat a team like Ramapo, you could beat any team.
I totally agree. I think this is definitely a winnable game from Wayne Hills because lately Steve Lacarica has been scoring, and if you add his scoring run to those totals, he could definitely made up for some of those points. And it's a home game, and everyone knows you always have a better winning percentage at home than you do away.
Kaczynskis and Romeo set to take the tip. Ball is tipped to Jack Hampson. He gives it up to Vinny Graff. Swings it to Singer. Singer gives it back to Kaczynskis. Down low to Graff. Graff puts it up. No good. Rebounded Schultz.
Tough angle shot by Vinny Graff. He was behind the basket, but he almost made it. Vinny Graff, he played football for these Cutters. He was a quarterback. Very fast, very quick, so Wayne Hills definitely has to contain his speed. He may look to push the ball tonight.
Donnarumma gives it down to Schultz. Schultz to Romeo. Romeo drives, takes a jump step, shoots, no good. Rebounded Donnarumma, follow, no good. Graff with the rebound, setting up the offense for the Cutters. Graff swings it to his left side, back to Graff. Graff pump fakes, puts it up, takes a nice roll, and goes into the basket as the Cutters take an early 2-0 lead.
Very good maneuvering by Vinny Graff there on the give and go. Made a couple of fakes and made the shot in the lane. He's definitely being aggressive tonight.
Schultz puts it up down low, no good, gets his own rebound, makes it in the second time. Good opportunity there by Scott Schultz. And that's what the Patriots are going to have to do in this game. Grab their second chance rebounds and put them in and capitalize.
That was a nice job under the boards there by Scott Iowa Schultz. He cleaned up his own rebound and then put it back for 2.
3-point attempt by Singer is good, as nobody seemed to be out there covering Singer as he took that wide open 3 and he just stroked it. Peischel swings it to Donnarumma to Lacarica. To Romeo. Romeo to Peischel. Swings it to Lacarica. Romeo to Peischel. Peischel in the corner for 3. No good. Schultz gets the rebound. Puts it up, and he's going to be fouled. Foul there on number 22, Julius Kaczynskis.
Just like you were talking about before, with second chance rebounds, both of you guys. Well, Scott Schultz got the rebound by Peischel, did a pump fake, went up, and he got fouled. Free throws are going to be key in tonight's game, especially if Scott Schultz gets to the line because he shoots a pretty good percentage from the line. And if he could get those rebounds, he'll get trips to the line. He could add points for the Patriots.
Schultz's first free throw attempt is good. Checking in for the Cutters is number 11, Mike Keating. Checking out for the Cutters is Julius Kaczynskis. Second free throw on the way for Schultz.
Number 22, Julius.
No good. Donnarumma battling for it, and they're going to call a jump ball. It's going to go in possession in favor of the Cutters. Inbound. Peichel's going to inbound it. Actually, but Wayne Hills got possession there. I guess they called a foul, Dave? Or no, they did not. Lacarica to Romeo. To Donnarumma. Swings it to Peischel. Romeo to Donnarumma. Donnarumma in the corner for 3. No good. Rebounded there by Singer. Gives it up to number 24, Jack Hampson. Hampson swings it. Graff in the corner. Down low to Hampson. Hampson, spin move, kicks it back out there, going to call a traveling violation. Good call there by the referees.
I guess when he made the spin move, he didn't put the ball on the floor, But Fairlawn has had players open on the perimeter, so Wayne Hills definitely has to get out there on the perimeter and challenge those shooters.
Absolutely. 5:39 remaining here at the Gifford Gymnasium in the first quarter. Patriots are trailing the Fairlawn Cutters 5-3. Peischel swings it to Donnarumma, to Peischel, Lacarica, Romeo dribbles to his right. Lacarica swings it to Peischel. Back to Romeo, to Donnarumma in the corner, to Lacarica. Peischel to Donnarumma. Donnarumma's three-point attempt is good as the Patriots now take a 6-5 lead.
Very important for the Patriots shooters to make their outside shots because the Fairlawn Cutters are doubling Scott Schultz, fronting him. They do not want the ball to get to Scott Schultz down low.
Raff takes a baseline jump shot. No good. Good box out there by Scott Schultz as he's fighting for the rebound. Jump ball with Matt Paterno. It will be in favor of the Cutters.
Scott Schultz is being an absolute beast under the boards tonight. That's his third rebound.
Yeah, he really wants those rebounds. If you saw the look in his eyes, he was fighting for that ball. He didn't want to give up that ball to Fairlawn.
Shot there by Kaczynskis is no good. Rebounded there by Singer. Swings it outside. Shot is up. Good by Singer, I believe. And it is a 7-6 lead for the Cutters. Peichel's going to take it up for the Patriots.
Coach Catalano there wasn't very happy at all. You could see after the play that he had a few chosen words for number 10, Nick Romeo.
Romeo swings it to Donnarumma.
Schultz is being doubled on the post. They're leaving Nick Romeo wide open on the perimeter. So Waynos really has to make some outside shots because then Fairlawn has to respect the outside shot, and Schultz will have single coverage down low.
We'll call a foul on Julius Kaczynskis. That will be his second foul. Inbounding pass for the Patriots is Donnarumma. Kaczynskis exits the game. Coming in is number 11, Mike Keating. Donnarumma inbounds it to Romeo. To Lacarica. Lacarica, one dribble to Peischel. To Donnarumma to Lacarica. Lacarica to Peischel. Peischel puts it up, fouled. He will go to the line for... No, they're not going to call.
Yeah, it's going to be on the floor.
It's going to be on the floor. As the Patriots will inbound it, that was on number 25, Vinny Graff, the quarterback of the Cutters.
So I guess quarterback versus quarterback tonight again, right, Andrew?
It's a beautiful thing, Dave. Romeo.
Coach John Goldstein before was yelling at Steven Lacarica. He was really infuriated. I'm not sure what that was about, but Steven Lacarica now seems a little timid from that.
Dangerous pass there from Romeo. He got to Peischel. Donnarumma in the corner. Patriots looking very patient today in the early going, trying to find their shots. Lacarica gives it to Peischel. To Donnarumma to Lacarica. Back to Romeo. To Peischel. Peischel to Donnarumma. Donnarumma trying to find Schultz down the post there, not letting him in there. Peischel swings it to Romeo. Romeo to Peischel. To Donnarumma to Peischel. Back to Peischel.
Waynos is not making passes towards the basket. They're going away from the basket. They have to set some screens and drive to the hoop and try to get Scott Schultz open because right now they're not finding anything on offense. They're not finding good shot opportunities.
Well, at least they're not shooting that. They're keeping possession.
Yeah, no shot clock in high school. That's the good thing for Wayne Hills.
Lacarica to Peischel. Swings it to Donnarumma. Lacarica to Donnarumma. Back to Lacarica. Donnarumma gives it to Romeo. Peischel to Romeo. Back to Peischel to Lacarica. He's going to set it up again. Holding the ball for about 3 minutes now, the Patriots. To Romeo. Lacarica gives it to Donnarumma. Back to Romeo. Romeo gives it to Peischel. Peischel tries to find a move, gives it to Romeo in the corner. Romeo drives, kicks it to Peischel. Peischel, three-point attempt is good. as the Patriots work for their shot, and it benefits because they get on the board. It is now 9-7.
Talk about patience there, Andrew. The Patriots must have held the ball for 2 minutes on that sequence, as some of the fans approve of Mike Peichel's three-pointer made. And Mike Peichel was wide open, and he made a three.
Graf takes the three-pointer, and it is good as the Cutters retake the lead.
Like I was talking about before, Andrew, quarterback versus quarterback. One quarterback makes a three, the other comes back down the court and Graf, and he swishes a three.
But the Patriots showed just excellent patience on that last possession, looking for their shot and not forcing anything. Schultz down low, puts it up, no good. Bringing it up is the Cutters. Singer puts it up, and it is good. 1:12 remaining here in the first quarter. Cutters having a 12-9 lead over the Wayne Hills Patriots.
Good play there by Slinger. Brought the ball down the court. He saw he had room on Nick Romeo. Did a jump stop, went up, and sank the shot.
Lacarica to Donnarumma to Peichel. Back to Lacarica. Donnarumma in the corner, trying to find Schultz. They're not giving him a shot. Romeo drives, kicks it back out to Lacarica. To Donnarumma. Peichel hit three-point attempt off front iron. 35 seconds here left in the quarter. Shot up there, no good. And they're going to call a foul, I believe, on Donnarumma.
Yeah, they called the foul on Justice Donnarumma. Good job by the Patriots getting back. Fairlawn had a wide open shot on the baseline, but it was a little behind the basket, so it was a tough angle. But good hard play there by Justin Donnarumma trying to get the rebound. But they call a foul, and Justin Donnarumma, he wasn't very happy with the call. He thought, he didn't think it was a foul, but the refs thought otherwise.
Shot there is no good. Rebounded by Peichel. Peichel trying to push the offense. And he's going to think better of it. He's going to hold for the last shot. 19 seconds remaining. Peichel getting isolation here. Peichel drives to his right, crosses over, kicks it out to Romeo. Romeo, the long three, no good. And they're going to say that Donnarumma stepped out there with 0.1 seconds left on the clock.
If you watch the NBA, you know you are not allowed to make a field goal with less than 3 seconds left, so it would have to be on a tip-in. So Fairlawn would have to get lucky and throw the ball down the court and hope to tip it in.
Actually, I always thought it was 0.6 seconds. I always thought it was 0.6 seconds left due to the Bob McAdoo rule or something.
No, actually it's 0.3 seconds, right, Andrew?
0.4.
Oh, it's 0.3.
Oh, well.
And at the end of the first quarter, the Wayne Hills Patriots are trailing the Fairlawn Cutters 12-9. David, first quarter thoughts?
Wayne Hills was very patient, looking for their shot. Scott Schultz was double in the post, so the Patriots are basically playing a perimeter game. Mike Peichel made a three, Donnarumma made a three. The Patriots have to drive to the hole, be more aggressive, try to draw fouls and get to the line, and try to get Scott Iowa Schultz open. On the defensive end, Fairlawn made a couple of threes. The Patriots, after Fairlawn kicks out, the Patriots have to get out on the perimeter and defend the three-pointer.
I think the Patriots are being very a little laid back with the ball. They might be passing a little too much, giving up some shots. Like before, when Nick Romeo drove into the lane, he might have had a shot there, but decided to kick it out instead. They should be looking for shots a little bit more because they're down by 3. But good passing, though. What do you think, Dave?
Well, definitely they're passing the ball well. Good ball movement. They're not taking. I wouldn't say they're taking good shots. They're looking for their shots. They don't want to take any bad shots, but they have to open the game up. And right now it's a perimeter game because they're double teaming Scott Schultz.
I agree with you.
Start of the second quarter for the Patriots as they are trailing 9-12. Schultz, and they're going to call a troweling violation on that play. As they said that he shuffled his feet. I don't know about that, Dave.
No, he traveled. He took a step before I put the ball on the court.
And I think he knew it, judging by his facial reactions after that play.
Yeah, he was definitely frustrated, but he knew it was the right call.
Paterno taken away by Donnarumma. Donnarumma driving. Swings it to Lacarica. Donnarumma to Schultz. To Lacarica in the corner.
It was close, Jake. I thought it could have been, but Patriots may have gotten away with one.
Romeo gives it to Peischel, to Lacarica. Lacarica takes a three-pointer with a man in his face, rims out as the Colors are trying to push it. Three-point attempt there by Singer is no good. Pushed by Lacarica to Romeo. He makes his running layup.
Great play there by Steve Lacarica to start the fast break. He got the rebound. He saw it at 2-on-1 with Romeo. He got the defender to bite, and then he passed it to Nick Romeo for the wide open layup. Great play all around.
Graf in the corner for the Cutters. Swings it. Shot there by the elbow, no good. That was taken by Tom Cena, the senior. Lacarica to Donnarumma in the corner. Down low to Schultz. Schultz puts it up. And they are
foul
not
on the floor.
I know it is a foul, but did they count the basket? No, they did not, right?
Anyways, that was a great pass by Justin Donnarumma. He saw Scott Schultz was open. He got Scott Schultz the ball, but the refs called a foul on the floor, and so the basket will not count.
Stud freshman Joey Russo is coming in, and he's taking out his hero, Nick Romeo.
Donnarumma throws it in to Peischel. Peischel takes a couple dribbles to his left. Peischel down low to Schultz. Schultz makes a nice move down low in the paint and puts it up for the basket.
Great move by Scott Schultz in the post. He had one-on-one coverage, and he made a great move around Michael Keating, and he went off the glass for two. Michael Keating, another one of these football players.
That was a great move inside he took. He took advantage of his drop step and slipped right inside Keating.
Peischel brings it up for the Patriots. Puts it up, and it is no good. Taking it up by Singer. Singer dribbles, puts it up, makes a nice couple moves. They're going to call a charge there. Good job drawing the charge by Scott Schultz.
Mike Singer deked around the whole Patriots team. A great play by Scott Schultz. He had his feet set, and Singer ran right into Scott Schultz. Offensive foul on Singer. And Singer was not happy with the call.
Peischel brings it up. Gives it to Schultz. Schultz, triple team to Peischel, to Donnarumma, to Russo. Russo in the corner. It is good.
Before the game, actually earlier in the day during gym, I asked Joey Russo how many points he think he would have tonight, and he said 12, all coming off of three-pointers. So far, he's 1/4 of the way there.
I knew when Joey Russo was brought into the game, like we said before, the Patriots shooters were tentative. They did not want to take a lot of threes. But I knew once Joey Russo comes to the game, when he has a wide open look from beyond the arc, he's going to take it. The Fairlawn Cutters may not know how deadly he is from three-point range. So once Joey Russo starts to make a couple of these threes, guys, he's going to be double-teamed on the perimeter, and that could leave Scott Schultz open down low.
Joey Russo isn't one of the more tentative shooters. He could be a little bit trigger happy at times, but he has deadly accuracy. So I think his coaches, they don't mind it that much.
In the first video club game that we taped this year for boys basketball, Joey Russo, he made 3 threes in a row against Old Japan. He scored 13 points. He just totally lit it up. He loves the spotlight. Another freshman who loves the spotlight is Steve Lacarica. I was talking to Steve today, and they're playing Fairlawn, so you mow the lawn. And I said, so Steve, what lawnmower are you going to use? John Deere Classic? And he said, nope, I want to use the biggest John Deere you could find. He just has a great attitude, Steve Lacarica.
Oh, what the questions you come up with. Is they're going to call a blocking foul there. Inbound pass coming in for the Cutters to Graf.
That was close to a backcourt, wouldn't you say?
No, they're allowed to do that in high school. Actually, in the pros now, you're allowed to do that. It would not be a backcourt violation on the inbound. They're going to call a foul there. 5:13 remaining here. It's the Patriots leading the Cutters 16-12.
Yes, Jake?
That would.
Oh, what did you want to say before, Jake?
Oh, I was actually there when you asked him that question today.
Yeah, yes, you were there.
And
in the gym locker room.
And in the gym locker room as well as
Raph
for Joey
makes his
Russo.
first free
He's
throw.
telling me how he's aspiring to break the Patriots' all-time record for points scored. And that he could very well do that as he is scoring in bunches as a freshman.
Yeah, not too many freshmen get the chance to play varsity, so he'll definitely be a 4-year varsity player. Andrew, I assume you have a trivia question for us tonight?
Yes, we do. Graf's second free throw makes it. And tonight's trivia question is brought to you by Wayne Hills High School. Study hard and get good grades. Who's the leading scorer for the Patriots in the month of February? Answer coming up in a minute.
Leading scorer meaning for a game or average for a month?
In the month of February.
So for one individual game.
No, there's total points. Total points is the question.
In one game or for the whole month? Whole month.
Total points in the month of February is the question.
As they stop the game because someone has a horn.
And they seem to be sitting somewhere in the vicinity of us. So if you've heard this loud noise, it was the horn.
Lacariga gives it to Peischel. To Russo. Peischel. Peischel gives it to Lacariga. Russo. Gives it to Lacariga. Down low to Schultz. Schultz is fouled going up for the shot. And he will get 2 at the line. (16-14) here, 4:34 remaining in the second quarter. Schultz sinks his first free throw. Checking in for the Patriots, Mike Calacurcio. Checking out Nick Romeo.
Mike Calacurcio, great sharpshooter coming into the game. Deadly from three-point range. He could also put the ball on the floor and go off the glass for 2. So very versatile, Mike Calacurcio.
Scott Schultz, second free throw on the way. No good. Battling up for the boards, and they're going to give it to the Cutters. Graf takes it up for the Cutters. Swings it. Back to Graf. Graf penetrates, and they're going to say that Mike Peischel was holding on to him.
Good call by the refs because Mike Peischel was indeed reaching out of Vinny Graf.
That will be Peichel's first foul. Graf takes up for the Cutters. Dribbles to his left. Gives it to Singer. Singer gives it back to Rob Ragab. Graf takes the elbow jump shot. It is good. As the Cutters were in the flex offense there, as the elbow jump shot is successful.
Vinny Graf, he's also a very versatile player. He likes to go to the hole, and that's what he's been doing most of the night, but he's showing you that he has range from the outside.
Vinny Graf is having a pretty good game so far, and we'll see, and Mike Peichel's having a good game as well. But let's see if Mike Peischel could step it up and beat him out.
Calacurcio to Peischel. Lacarica to Russo. Russo for 3. It is good. He has the range, long range, as the Patriots take a 20-16 lead. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a very special guest. Privileged to have this guest. The starting quarterback of the future for the Wayne Hills Patriots. Number 1, Michael Giampapa. Michael, how are you tonight?
Pretty good. How are you?
Well, I could be better, you know. I want to be in bed right now. I'm kind of tired. But so what do you think of the game thus far?
Well, we're doing pretty good. We're controlling the offense. We're hitting our shots. We just need to hit some big shots further in the game, and we'll come out with a W.
Now, we all know 2005 North 1 Group 3 state champions. Very nice job. And they're handing over, Mike Peichel's handing over the reins to you. Are you confident for next season and years to come?
Absolutely. You know, we're working hard in the weight room. We're going to start getting outside and continue to work hard and come out next year, start playing the games. And, you know, our goal is to win another state championship.
And one last question. Is Mrs. Burns the best chemistry teacher on the universe?
Absolutely.
Thank you, Michael, for spending the time with us. And good luck next season in the football. As a charge there again by the Cutters. 2019 Patriots leading with 2:35 left in the half.
Yeah, Andrew, great interview of G-Poo. But going back to the last question, Mrs. Birds is definitely the best chemistry teacher ever. She stayed after school for an hour tonight to help me and you in stoichiometry.
Yeah, stoichiometry is pretty hard, to say the least.
But Mrs. Birds did a great job preparing us for our quiz tomorrow. She's definitely a great teacher. Stoichiometry is sacred.
Mrs. Pam Burns is simply the best. As a little tussle on the court, jump ball, it will be in favor of Fairlawn. As number 21, Robbie Gallant, checks in for the Cutters.
Right before that, the ref was giving a talk to Mike Peischel on the baseline. I think Peischel was getting a little upset by the hard defense being played on him, and maybe he thought there was a foul.
And Schultz is just battling on the boards. He's doing a great job just beating the men on the boards. As Lacarica takes a underhand layup, it is no good. Graf penetrates. Another offensive charge called as Peischel draws the charge. Great job by the Patriots this half in drawing charges.
Great play by Mike Peischel. He got his feet set, and Vinny Graf picks up a foul. But on the other end with Steve Lacarica, he made a great dribble to get to the hole. He probably got a little too fancy there. I know he was kind of in a tough situation, but he probably should have tried to kick that ball out.
One of Steve Lacarica's favorite players is Allen Iverson, and he did a little Allen Iverson crossover move to get past his man into the hoop there.
Andrew, you have an answer for the trivia question?
Yes, I do, Dave. Thank you for reminding me. The answer is Steve Lacarica, as he drains the three on that shot. He adding to his leading total in February, and he is the leading scorer. He is the answer during the month of February for the Patriots.
I think he heard you too, Andrew.
As they're going to call a blocking foul there on Mike Colicurcio.
Steve Lacarica, he's the kind of player who fights through adversity. On their last trip down, he didn't make a smart play. He didn't make the right play. He'll admit it, and he wants to make up for it. So he had a wide-open three. He's very good from downtown. He's just a very high percentage, and he sunk a three. So he definitely made up for the previous possession.
Hampson's free throw is no good. Romeo checks back in for Colicurcio. Second free throw for Hampson. Hampson's second free throw is good, as the lead now for the Patriots is 23-20. Peischel brings it up, setting up the offense. Gives it to Schultz. Schultz to Romeo. To Lacarica. Patriots trying to sell for a shot as Russo takes a three-pointer. It is no good. Purdy got hit at the end of the play, but no call. Brought up by Singer. Under a minute remaining now in the first half of action. They're going to call a foul on Russo. Inbounds pass coming here for the Cutters.
Definitely not a bad play by Russo. He was being aggressive on defense, trying to get a steal, and the Patriots are now over the limit, so they have fouls to give.
Singer kicks it outside to Hampson. Down low. I thought there was a traveling violation. And it's going to be an and one, as a shot was made there by Matt Paterno. And he's going to get the free throw, as the score is now 23-22, Wayne Hills.
I also thought that was a travel down low there. He might have taken a step, more than 2 steps as he was falling down.
Paterno makes the free throw. All knotted up here at 23 with 40 seconds remaining in the first half. Peischel brings it up for the Patriots. Going to try to settle for a last shot, possibly. Lacarica gives it to Peischel. Peischel gives it to Lacarica. Peischel holding the ball back to Lacarica. 14 seconds remaining in the half.
They're definitely going to settle for one shot. I'm sure you guys agree.
Lacarica, 5 seconds remaining. Takes a jump shot. No good, air ball. 0.3 seconds remaining, just enough time to get a jump shot off for the Cutters. And I don't think they are. I think they're just going to inbound it. And actually, now they're going to go for it.
Well, I'll have to do exactly what I thought they were going to do.
And
I don't think he got that off in time anyway.
No, it would not have counted.
Yeah, he did a little pump fake at the end there and held it.
And at the end of the first half, the score is all knotted up, 23-23. And now, first half thoughts, guys.
Well, Wayne Hills is playing very well in this game. They're making their shots on the outside. Steve Lacarica playing very well. Joey Russo coming off the bench, scoring 6 points, adding a spark. Donnarumma made a 3. Paschal made a 3. Scott Schultz is playing well on the post. And on the defensive end, they're rebounding well. Scott Schultz, he has a look in his eyes. He wants the ball. He wants the ball on offense. He wants the ball on defense. He's just playing extremely hard out there. Great effort by Scott Schultz. And the Patriots are definitely playing well in this game, and it's tied at 23. The things I would improve on, perimeter defense, they have to get out and challenge the shots and try to get fast break points. They don't have a lot of fast break points in this game.
I think the Patriots are going to definitely be able to come back. Well, not come back. Take more of an aggressive lead in the second half and maybe win this game by a lot, because maybe they'll shoot a little bit more, as in the first half they were passing much more.
And we will be back for the second half of action as the Patriots are tied up with the Cutters 23-23.
Welcome back to the second half of action here. I'm David Suntup alongside Jason Oliphant here at the Griffin Gymnasium. At the start of the second half, the Wayne Hills Patriots are tied with the Fairlawn Cutters at 23. And now I'm joined by a special guest, Rich Stambulian, a sports columnist for the Wayne Today. Rich, Wayne Hills has been on a tear lately. They've won 4 games in a row. Tonight they're playing Fairlawn, who's a good team. They're playing them tough, 23-23. What do you think of Wayne Hills' play tonight?
Well, you can see that they've come a long way since the early part of the season. I think their confidence level is higher, and they're clearly executing the coach's game plan a lot better than they were in the first part of the year. I think that's what happens with a young team that grows with experience and also gets used to playing for a new coach.
Speaking of that coach, Mr. Jim Catalano, what do you think? What attributes do you think he's brought to this team?
I think he's brought a certain amount of credibility from his coaching experience and accountability, and he's obviously increasing the accountability of the players who he puts out there on the floor.
One last question, Rich. Joey Russo has just been phenomenal this season, along with Steve Lacarica, 2 super freshmen, 2 building blocks, as Scott Schultz goes off the glass for 2. What do you think about Joe Russo and Steve Lacarica?
Well, Joe's, I think got to develop his game more. He's pretty much right now only an outside shooter, but of course he's, as you mentioned, a freshman. And Steve has demonstrated real good basketball sense. I think he's just got to adjust as the season goes on to the faster pace of varsity basketball. I mean, these kids are being force-fed right now, and that's the best that's the best in the program that the coach has. So they're going to play, and they're going to make mistakes as freshmen, but their play has improved as the season's gone on.
Thank you very much, Rich Stambulian, sports columnist of the Wayne Today. Always a pleasure to have you. Thank you very much.
My pleasure.
Thank you. Back to the action here. Score is tied at 25. 7 minutes left here in the third quarter. Paschal passed it to Lacarica. Swings it to Donnarumma. Romeo to Lacarica. Donnarumma to Schultz. Donnarumma swings around to Paschal. Lacarica pump fakes, takes a dribble. Ball, Schultz is double teamed, and he still goes off the glass for 2. Great play by Scott Schultz, still making the basket despite being double teamed.
Good ball movement by Wayne Hills, finding the open man. Finds Scott Schultz having a great first half, starting off good here in the second half also.
Graff tries to make a move on Paschal. Good defense there by Scott Schultz, but Paterno tries to go off the glass for 2. No good, as Kaczynski is fouled. I believe the foul is going to be on Nick Romeo. Not totally sure.
Let's talk about some things, Dave, about the first half. Joey Russo was just lighting it up in the first half. 2 3-pointers. Also, Steve Lacarica had a 3-pointer. 2 star freshmen playing big here in a big game against Rampo. We mentioned that Wayne Hills has won 4 in a row, coming off that 4-13 record. And Wayne Hills is really showing great emotion today.
Yeah, as Kosinski misses the first free throw off the front of the rim. Yeah, last week against Ramapo, Steve Lacarica had 15 points. Joey Russo had 12 points. So they combined for 27 of their 53 points in that win. Just fantastic in that game. Joey Russo, he comes off the bench. He's a sixth man. He's really been a spark for this team as Kosinski's second free throw goes in and out. And Steve Lacarica's just been fantastic the whole season. In his first career high school game, he scored 10 points. And especially the last 4 games, he's been on fire. He had 15 at Ramapo in a hostile environment. He also scored 19 at Demarest in a hostile environment. So he's just really been on fire. Any questions, comments, or suggestions, please email the Wayne Hills Video Club at WayneHillsTV@yahoo.com. Once again, that is WayneHillsTV@yahoo.com. Paisho Donnarumma. Donnarumma swings it to Lacarica. Wayne Hills has lived on the perimeter for most of this game. Scott Schultz has gotten into this game as it's gone along a little bit more. They've been able to get involved. Paisho takes the shot off the rim, no good. Great rebound by Nick Romeo. Nick Romeo goes up, no good. Rebounded by Kosinski.
Good rebound there by Romeo. Put it up, but it was not to be good.
Yeah, that was a great rebound by Nick Romeo, but the shot was close, but just not good enough. Kosinski makes a move. Kosinski off the glass, no good. Rebounded by Lacarica. Great hustle by Lacarica. Lacarica looks to push, but he's going to slow down the pace. Paisho to Donnarumma. Donnarumma, spin move. Donnarumma goes through the defense, but he cannot make the shot as rebounded by Fairlawn.
In there by Donnarumma, just didn't fall for him there, but he's been playing a great game so far, both defense and on offense.
Graff against Paisho. As the ball goes out of bounds, it's going to be Wayne Hill's ball.
Lazy pass there by Graff. He just threw it away. He didn't have anybody open. As the Fairlawn coach is frustrated on the sideline, as we will pause, and it's 27-25 with 4:47 here with the timeout.
Jimmy Graff is the coach of the Fairlawn Cutters. He is the father of Vincent Graff, who is the point guard for the Fairlawn Cutters. And he is also, Vinny Graff was also the starting quarterback for the Fairlawn Cutters football team, a team that was not very good. I believe they only won 1 or 2 games on the year. I think they beat Bergenfield. They may have beaten Ramsey. Vinny Graff was the star player on that football team, basically a one-man team. He was a Michael Vick type player. He had a strong arm. He didn't have the receivers. He didn't have the time to throw, and he was very mobile as a quarterback. But when he played against Wayne Hills in football, Fairlawn only had 35 yards of total offense. So Mike Paisho beat Vinny Graff in that football game, but in the first basketball game, Vinny Graff beat Mike Paisho. So Mike Paisho looking to win the best of 3 series here, I guess you could say.
Yeah, the two quarterbacks battling in a grueling basketball match here at the Gifford Gymnasium.
Paisho to Donnarumma. Donnarumma looking for room to maneuver. Romeo swings it to Lacarica. Schultz looks to make a move, passes out to Paisho. Paisho back to Schultz. Schultz, no good. Blocked by Kosinski. Great play on the defensive by Kosinski. And Nick Romeo gets the ball back. Lacarica, free throw line jumper. It's good.
Good hustle there by Romeo. Brought it back out to Lacarica, who is wide open on the foul line. Swooshed it. Nothing but the bottom of the net.
Yeah, definitely a great shot by Lacarica. Great rebounding by Wayne Hills. And they got the ball back, and they converted on the possession. As Paterno tries to go up, they're going to call a foul on the floor. I believe it's going to be on Scott Schultz as he raises his arm in the air.
Yeah, I think it was a reach-in on Scott Schultz there. But good defense there by Wayne Hills. Once again, they've been keeping this Fairlawn team to low points in the second half so far.
Actually, I think it's going to be on Justin Donnarumma. Yes, it is on Justin Donnarumma, and it's his 4th foul. So he definitely has to be careful. So Russo is going to come in for Donnarumma after the first free throw is taken by Paterno. Nothing but the bottom of the net for Paterno. Matt Paterno, he looks a lot like a current NBA player in the New Jersey Nets, Scott Padgett. He looks exactly like Scott Padgett, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, he's got the touch from the foul line also like Padgett does, and he has the three-point range as Joey Russo, the phenomenal freshman, checking back in for Wayne Hills.
Yeah, Justin Donnarumma has 4 fouls. Coach Cat is going to keep Donnarumma on the bench. Good rebound by Kosinski, but they're going to say he stepped out of bounds, so Wayne Hills is going to take over.
Yeah, careless move there by him. He just had his foot on the line as Coach Cat is trying to fire up his offense here on the sideline. Wayne Hills has been running a great ball movement so far and the flex offense.
Russo has 6 points in this game coming off the bench. Romeo, jump stop. Runner in the lane, no good. Rebounded by Paterno.
Romeo didn't really have his feet set there. Good pass there by Russo. Romeo just couldn't get it in right there.
Hampson to Singer. Singer passes back to Graf. Graf tries to make a move on Peischel. Paterno going up against Schultz as Schultz falls down, no call. And Paterno is going to go to the line for 2 shots.
Paterno was denied at first there by Joseph Russo. Good block there, and Schultz had him, but they called the foul on him.
I don't know if it was on Schultz. Schultz was on the floor. I think it was on Romeo. It's the second foul of the game. 29-26 in favor of the Wayne Hills Patriots as the first free throw from Paterno rolls in. So now it's 29-27 in favor of the Wayne Hills Patriots. 3 minutes and 28 seconds here left in the third quarter. Second free throw on the way. Nothing but the bottom of the net for Paterno, and the Cutters cut the Patriots lead to 1 point. Lacarica passes it to Russo. Peischel goes around a screen from Russo. Lacarica on the back door. Peischel, Schultz down low. He's double teamed. Schultz kicks it out to Romeo. Romeo off the glass for 2. Great play by Scott Schultz. He saw the double team. The Fairlawn Cutters left. Nick Romeo wide open. Nick Romeo drives to the hole and puts it off the glass for 2.
Yeah, Schultz had it down low on the block, and he dished it off to the cutting Romeo for 2.
Kaczynski, fall away, baseline jumper, no good. Rebound by Schultz. Schultz to Russo, looking to push. Russo, runner, no good. Rebounded by Graf. Graf going the other way. Graf slows down the pace. Singer takes a 3 off the front rim, no good. Rebounded by Paterno. As the possession hour is in favor of the Fairlawn Cutters, Nick Romeo is trying to wrestle the ball away from Matt Paterno, but it's going to stay Fairlawn ball.
Good sportsmanship there shown by Joey Russo. He picked up the Fairlawn defender there. He fell on the ground. Good sportsmanship there. But as we're going back to the last play, do you think Joey Russo should have brought it in when Wayne Hills was on offense?
Well, he could have taken it to the hole and tried to draw foul as Graf goes off glass for 2. Yeah, I probably would have taken that to the hole, tried to have drawn a foul. And if he didn't have a shot, he could have kicked it out to someone wide open. 31-30 in favor of the Wayne Hills Patriots. 2 minutes and 8 seconds here left in the third quarter. Donnarumma is on the bench with 4 fouls. Wayne Hills staying on the perimeter in this possession. Peischel trying to instruct a play. Schultz down low, loses the ball from stripped by Paterno. Schultz gets it back, and he dribbles the ball off the foot of Matt Paterno. It's going to stay Wayne Hills' ball.
Wayne Hills was really slowing it up there on that drive. They just looked like they were throwing like nice soft passes, like they were trying to put Fairlawn to sleep there. I don't know what the point of that is, as Peichel's here is to inbound.
Peischel inbounds it to Romeo. Romeo out to Lacarica. Lacarica. Russo back to Lacarica. Lacarica wipes off the sweat on his face of his jersey. Takes a couple of dribbles. Lacarica pump fakes down low to Schultz. Lacarica, he's going to take a 3. It's good. Steve Lacarica for 3.
Schultz once again getting the defenders on him. He was double teamed, dished it out to the wide open Lacarica, and he swooshed it.
Like I said before, if Wayne Hills can make wide open shots, Scott Schultz will be open down low, one-on-one coverage as Fairlawn comes back down the court as Julius Kaczynski makes the long-range jumper.
It seems like every time Wayne Hills scores, just Fairlawn has that dagger to come back and score again. Wayne Hills needs to play better defense. They can't play lackadaisical defense here in this tight ball game.
Well, when Wayne Hills scores, that has to motivate them more to play defense and make sure they shut down Fairlawn. Otherwise, they could trade baskets for the rest of the game. I'm sure that's not the type of game Wayne Hills would want to get into. 34 seconds left here in the third quarter. Russo passes it back to Romeo. As Russo, I believe he elbowed Singer, and the Fairlawn coach, Jimmy Graff, not happy about the no call. 18 seconds left. Wayne Hills should hold for 1. There's no shot clock in high school basketball. So even if they hold for if they hold for 1, they will go into the fourth quarter of the lead. That's what I would do. Peischel letting the clock run down, going against Graff. 5 seconds. Peischel makes his move. takes the jumper. It's good. Mike Peischel, nothing but the bottom of the net as time expires here in the third quarter, and the Wayne Hills Patriots are defeating the Fairlawn Cutters 36-32.
Dave, you asked me earlier who was going to win the battle of the quarterbacks. Peischel looked like he won that one there. Graf was guarding him, and Peischel just put the baby hook there, and he scored it. And I have two things to mention here. We have had several lead changes, several ties here, as we're at a great game coming into the fourth quarter, 36-32 Wayne Hills. But you got to give it up to this Wayne Hills squad. They're playing hard. They want to make states. As I know, you need to have a 500 record in the NBIL to make states, and Wayne Hills is really fighting for that, and they really need a win here against arch rival Fairlawn.
Actually, Jason, the state cutoff has already passed. I believe it was February 2nd, so states is not going to happen this year. I believe the Patriots have a couple of non-league games left next week, and then they're done with this season. But they're 9-12, I believe, as of today. And for basketball, as I learned a couple of weeks ago, the way they do states, it's by overall record. It's not just league record. Actually, they're 8-13, I believe. Yes, they are 8-13 on the season. So while it's a little disappointing they had a losing record, but with this young nucleus, this is definitely a big turnaround season. Because last year they only won 4 games. So now they have a young nucleus. They have 4 freshmen on this varsity roster, so definitely a great future coming up for this Wayne Hills boys basketball program. As the ball is taken away by Singer. If you're just joining us, it's the start of the fourth quarter here at the Gifford Gymnasium. The Wayne Hills Patriots are defeating the Fairlawn Cutters 36-32. 7:44 left here in the fourth quarter.
Lacarica's really upset on that last play. They called a foul on him. I don't know why. He was playing good defense. I don't think he reached in or anything as Donnarumma checks in with 4 fouls. But I have to ask you, Dave, why isn't, we know he has an injury and all coming from our last telecast, but why isn't Mike Coluccio playing in this game?
I really have no idea. Maybe he wants to get some of the freshmen more playing time. And maybe because the last game, Steve Lacarica was not at the game, so maybe that's why Kyle Curcio got more playing time. But I'm a little surprised. He's definitely been a great player this season for the Wayne Hills Patriots. At the beginning of the year, he was leading them in points in a lot of games. Great year on the outside, so I really don't know why he's not playing a lot. As Romeo goes, oh, and the layup is no good by Nick Romeo.
Romeo double pumped there, but was denied by the rim.
Bad pass by Graf, taken away by Lacarica. Lacarica slows down the pace, waiting for Schultz to get up the court. Peischel around the screen by Romeo. Shot by Peischel. Off the back iron, no good. Pushed up by Graf. Graf, great pump fake by Graf, but he cannot make the layup as Nick Romeo tries to steal the ball, but to no avail. And they're going to call a foul on Nick Romeo as Kaczynski makes the shot, but the foul is on the floor.
That was a nice move by Kaczynski, but they called it on the floor there. And I just want to mention right now, we have a capacity crowd here at the Gifford Gym. I think this is the biggest crowd we've had all year for a home game. The fans are really pumped into this one as number 20, I believe.
As Matt Paterno goes off the glass for 2. The foul is going to be on Nick Romeo, I believe. That's going to be his 4th foul. So Nick Romeo and Justin Donnarumma are in foul trouble. Both have 4 fouls. So, Jason, if you're Fairlawn, Nick Romeo and Justin Donnarumma are both in foul trouble. One more foul and they foul out. Do you drive to the hole more aggressively as Paterno completes the 3-point play?
I don't think so. They got to stay on the perimeter because they're in foul trouble. You don't want to get them fouled out here at this game as we're in a close one here. But Wayne Hills, they need to slow it up, have good ball movement, run the flex offense more often, and definitely look for Schultz down low because he has good power moves and he's playing a great game.
Yeah, speaking of Nick Romeo, he checks out of the game. Joey Russo checks back in. 6:37 here left in the fourth quarter. Wayne Hills has a 1-point lead, 36-35. Russo passes back to Peischel. Peischel against Hampson. Peischel swings it to Russo. Russo, he's going to fire a 3 off the front of the rim as he is fouled. So Russo is going to the line for 3 shots. Definitely not a good foul there. I believe that was on Singer.
Yeah, it was Nicky Singer. Good job there by Russo drawing the foul. He pump faked, leaned against him, and drew the foul.
Actually, they're going to call it on the floor.
Yeah, it's actually on the floor now. He fell down, Russo. I thought it was going to be a shooting foul, but guess the referees are calling it on the floor. Coach Cat is telling Peischel something to run a play. I don't know what, though.
as number 33 for Fairlawn, Scott Livingstone, is going to check into the game. Nick Singer is going to take a break. They're trying to determine the possession arrow or who the foul. I have no idea what they're talking about here. Any questions, comments, or suggestions, please email the Wayne Hills Video Club at WayneHillsTV@yahoo.com. Once again, that is WayneHillsTV@yahoo.com. Please email us. We love all the fan email. If you have any questions, comments, or suggestions, if you want copies of any games, you can bring in a tape to us. We would be happy to accommodate you. So please email us at WayneHillsTV@yahoo.com.
As we're out of time out here, let's talk about the other Wayne Hills games we had today. Wayne Hills won in JV basketball, and they lost in freshman basketball. But Travis Delavopi and Eric Delavopi, they played a great game in JV and on the freshman level today.
Well, Travis Delavopi, he started the season playing freshman, but no longer. Now he's JV and varsity. So definitely a big promotion for Travis Delavopi. Both Delavopi brothers just have a bright future. They pass the ball really well. They really know how to play the game. But besides that, they shoot the ball well, pass the ball well. They're just great in all facets of the game. And when I used to play basketball back in the day for the Young Men, Young Women Hebrew Association, I played with Travis and Eric, and they made my game a lot better. I had wide open jump shots. I got a lot of opportunities, and I scored 18 points in the tryout. Yeah, I know you remember that, right, Jace?
Oh, yeah, Dave, you were a great YB ball player. It was me, you, Travis, and Eric. Those were great times, gotta say. But now we're doing great.
As Paisho lobs it into Donnarumma, Lakarika to take up the ball, being guarded by Vinny Graff. Russo takes a step back. Good play by Paterno as Paterno tries to save it, but to no avail, and the ball will still be Wayne Hill's ball.
Good hustle there by Paterno trying to get the ball for his team, but to no avail, as Dave mentioned, as Wayne Hills is going to pass the ball here.
Paisho passes into Lakarika. 6 minutes and 1 second here left in the fourth quarter. Wayne Hills winning 36-35. I'm David Suntup alongside Jason Oliphant. Paisho takes it to the hole. Jumper in the air, no good. Rebounded by Paterno.
Even though Paisho had an open shot, at least he was wide open on the right wing. He should have given it up. Wide open.
Graff tries to go coast to coast, no good. Donnarumma pushes up to Lakarika. Lakarika, as he is fouled by Scott Livingstone. Lakarika will be going to the line for 2 shots. Good decision there by Lakarika. He didn't have anyone to pass it to. He was one-on-one against Livingstone. He went up and he drew the foul.
Yeah, Livingstone is blocking foul there. His feet were moving, so it wasn't a charge. In the NBIL, the rules are you need to have your feet set in order for the charge to be called. But his feet were definitely moving as Lakarika is going to shoot 2 from the free throw line.
Well, I think Lakarika got hit on the arm anyway, so besides the feet, he was hit on the arm. First of 2 free throws on the way for Lakarika, making his first trip to the charity stripe. As Lakarika gets the roll on the first free throw, Wayne Hills is now beating the Fairlawn Cutters by 2 points, 37-35.
Steve is a phenomenal free throw shooter. I know from PAL days he was 90% from the line.
Second free throw on the way. Nothing but the bottom of the net for Steve Lakarika as the Patriots increase their lead to 3 points, 38-35.
Wayne Hills has done a good job of playing good defense now. They're not playing tentative, and they're finding the open man very well.
As Paterno loses the ball, great play by Scott Schultz to steal the ball, and as he falls down, passes to Lakarika. Lakarika, no look to Paisho. Paisho off the glass for 2. Great court vision by Steve Lakarika. With the no-look pass to Mike Paisho goes off the glass for 2.
That was a great no-look pass by Lakarika. He's going to pass it also on the right wing. A Dexter off the Paisho for the layup.
40-35 in favor of the Wayne Hills Patriots. Just over 5 minutes here left in the fourth quarter. Graff slows down the pace, tries to drive against Paisho. And Graff is going to call a timeout as his dad, Jimmy Graff, does not like the sets the Fairlawn Cutters are running.
Jimmy Kraft is very upset on the Fairlawn sideline. He is very upset with his team. They're playing lackadaisical defense, having Wayne Hills open up their biggest lead of the game, 40-35, with 4:58 remaining here in the fourth quarter. You gotta wonder, this is the battle of the offenses mostly so far. Who's gonna win this battle? As we said before, battle of the quarterbacks, Mike Paisho versus Vinny Graff. But you know, Coach Cat, he has his team fired up. They've been playing great. Donnarumma, Schultz, especially Russo and Lakarika. The freshmen really are contributing and leading the Wayne Hills squad very well.
Also, Mike Paisho, he's also played very well in this game. I believe he has around 7 points. Great command of this offense. He's doing a good job holding on to the ball. Not too many turnovers in this game. So you have to look to Mike Paisho during the clutch.
especially Locarica. He's been going through a tough time. His grandfather died. We send his condolences to him. But, he's playing with heart and devotion. Coach Cat knows that he had to suffer through a tough time this coming weeks. But Locarica, he's playing his heart out. And Donnarumma going all over the floor on defense, playing a very physical game. Wayne Hills is just playing superb, both on offense and on defense.
Are you a pro sports fan? Then watch the 30-minute drill with David Suntup, Andrew Axman, Ryan Dubin, Andrew Gayo, Matt Taylor, Matt Green, and Alan Bernstein. Check Channel 77 for local listings. And watch the Chad Cutler Show on Channel 77. Shows air monthly. See the very versatile Chad Cutler as he interviews many guests from the school. As Paterno goes for the jumper off the front rim, no good. As Paterno gets the rebound back.
Good job there by Russo, denying Paterno on defense.
Great play by Mike Peischel to dive for the ball. And I believe he called a timeout in the process. Just all out hustle and desire there by Mike Peischel.
Yeah, smart play by Peischel. He's definitely got brains, Did it on the football field, now doing it on the basketball court, leading his team well, trying to get a W here at the Gifford Gymnasium.
Mike Peischel is a very good decision maker. You saw it in football, 20 touchdowns, 3 interceptions. He knows when he had a pass. He knows when he had a pass. Same thing here. Quick, smart decisions. He dove on the ball. He didn't think he would be able to pass it off to a teammate, so he calls a timeout, and now Wayne Hills has the possession. And also, in their offensive sets, making very smart decisions. Basically, all the teammates are making smart decisions, but especially Mike Peischel making good passes, taking good shots. So Mike Peischel is just a very smart player in general. Also, a smart person. Over a 3.5 GPA, and he is in National Honor Society. 4:40 left as Mike Peischel goes off the glass for 2. Mike Peischel just had a free lane to the hoop, and he capitalized.
Peischel slipped the defender, laid it up, and then great move there by Peischel.
42-35 in favor of Wayne Hills. Paterno, no call as Schultz falls down, rebounded by Russo.
Good job by Schultz there to deny Paterno. Had his body up against him. No call there, but good ball denial by Schultz.
4:13 here left in the fourth quarter. Wayne Hills winning 42-35. Schultz against Paterno. Shot no good. Kosinski rebounds it. Graf looking to push. Graf against Peischel. Graf goes coast to coast. Vinny Graf with the nice layup in the lane.
It's been a battle of the QBs the whole time, Dave. Vinny Graf showing his stuff there against Mike Peischel.
Vinny Graf definitely looked to push the whole time as the ball is taken away by Singer. Singer has a 2-on-1 guarded by Donnarumma. Shot no good. Rebound by Kosinski, but Kosinski loses the ball. It's taken away by Peischel, but the possession arrow is in favor of the Fairlawn Cutters, so Fairlawn will regain possession.
Good defense there by Mike Peischel, hustling all over the court, getting the ball. Great move there by Peischel yet again.
As Fairlawn is going to make a substitution, as number 11, Mike Keating, comes back into the game, the senior center. Also a football player. Graf gets the inbound off the glass for 2. So Vinny Graf has scored the last 4 Fairlawn points. 3:35 here left in the fourth quarter. Wayne Hills beating the Fairlawn Cutters 42-39. Lacarica fakes out. Graf takes the ball away from Scott Schultz. They've been doing that tonight. Scott Schultz, one-on-one coverage at times as Singer takes a baseline jumper. No good. They're going to call a foul on Scott Schultz over the back as he got Paterno. But
Schultz can't play careless like that. He has to have his heart and devotion out on the court. Sometimes we know he could be lazy, but when he's at 100%, he can be phenomenal at times, but he just has to play good in these coming minutes. With 3:13 remaining, a 3-point deficit, 42-39. Wayne Hills prevailing so far.
As Fairlawn is in the bonus situation, this could be one-on-one time. So if Paterno makes the first, he'll get the second. But back to what I was saying. So Fairlawn, besides doubling Scott Schultz, he's been on single coverage in the post. As the first free throw is good, so Paterno will get the second free throw. But Scott Schultz has been in single coverage down low, and then one of the guards, usually Vinny Graf, would come and try to steal the ball from Schultz.
The referees look like they have a problem again with the scoreboard or the possession arrow. I don't know what. But we're surrounded by the Wayne Hills faithful here. They are silenced as the lead is cut to 2. We know Scott White and Ronnie Dries are big fans of Wayne Hills' basketball team. But you got to go give it up to this Wayne Hills team. They got to hold up this lead as it's 42-40 with 3:13 remaining.
Yeah, I played with Ronnie Drees back in the day in the Police Athletic League. We played on the Dallas Mavericks. He was a fantastic point guard. Very quick, very good from downtown as Paterno misses the second free throw. Anyways, back to the action. Peischel looking to push. Great screen by Romeo. Peischel goes in. I cannot believe they did not call a foul on Matt Paterno. This cat is furious on the no call. Hampson, no good. Peischel looking to push. Peischel slows down the pace. Peischel, Romeo, wide open. Romeo off the glass for two. Like I was saying before, Mike Peischel, great decision maker, great court vision. The defenders were all looking at Peischel. Nick Romeo was right behind the defenders. He stuck behind and he went off the glass for two.
Yeah, Romeo was unattended there. Peischel found him right up the hoop, laid it up and in. Romeo playing a solid game today.
Graf, baseline jumper, count it. Lead cut to two, 44-42 in favor of Wayne Hills. 2:27 here left in the fourth quarter. As Mike Peischel brings the ball off the court, Hampson was putting pressure on Peischel, and they're going to call a reach and foul on the floor on Tom Cena, the senior center.
Yeah, Hampson was trying to trap Peischel in the right corner of the court at center court. And Wayne Hills, they really need to play strong. They got to pull out. They got to gut it out. They got to hustle. 44-42. They got to hold on to this lead as Coach Cat is hyping up his players on the sidelines.
Number 33, Scott Livingstone, comes into the game for Tom Cena. Romeo receives the inbounds pass. Romeo to Donnarumma. Schultz being double teamed. Romeo's open. Peischel gets the ball. Passes back to Lacarica. Lacarica against Graf. Romeo, pump fake. Another foul. It's going to be called on Scott Livingstone.
I think that was a smart move there by Romeo, going for the pump fake instead of shooting the outside J.
Yeah, Nick Romeo, he's more of an inside player than an outside player. Definitely a smart move. It's definitely a smart move to try to go to the hole and draw a foul. The foul is on the floor. It's the fourth foul of the second half for Fairlawn. Peischel tries to go inside to Scott Schultz, as Scott Schultz was double teamed. Mike Peischel didn't really have a play there.
Good ball denial there by Matt Paterno, just slapping away the ball from Scott Schultz.
1:44 here left in the fourth quarter. Wayne Hills winning 44-42. Graf for three, no good. Rebounded by Hampson. Paterno gets the rebound, double teamed. And he makes the shot and one as he is fouled by Scott Schultz. And Fairlawn has a chance to take the lead in this game.
Oh, the Fairlawn faithful was on their feet on that one, as the Wayne Hills faithful are silenced as we're at our first tie in several minutes, 44-44 with 1:33 remaining. I smell overtime, folks.
I don't know. As Matt Paterno is at the line for one shot, 44-44, 1:33 here left in the fourth quarter. As the free throw is good by Paterno, and Fairlawn takes their first lead since the first quarter, I believe.
Paterno's got a nice free throw shot at the charity strike.
As chants of Wayne Hills are coming on here at the Gifford Gymnasium. 1:20 here left in the fourth quarter. Fairlawn winning 45-44. Romeo looking to go inside. Romeo takes a few dribbles out to Peischel. Peischel looking to go down low. He doesn't have an option for Schultz. Peischel back to Lacarica. Lacarica makes a move. Passes it to Peischel. 1 minute left here in the fourth quarter. Wayne Hills down by one. Gotta go inside for two, try to draw a foul.
The fans are on their feet here at Wayne Hills. They gotta look for Lacarica and Peischel down low. Come on, Wayne Hills.
Donnarumma being guarded by Singer. As they're going to call a foul on the floor by Singer. Wayne Hills will have a side out.
Dave, are you surprised that Coach Cat isn't calling a timeout here to set up a play with 45 ticks remaining, as Wayne Hills is at their first deficit, I believe, in the fourth quarter?
Well, maybe he's waiting for later in the fourth quarter when he needs to use a timeout. They've already used one or two of their timeouts. 42 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. Wayne Hills is down by one to Fairlawn, 45-44. Schultz gets the ball. Schultz goes off the glass for two, and Wayne Hills regains the lead. Great play by Scott Schultz. He had a wide open lane to the hoop, and he put it off the glass as Fairlawn burns a timeout.
The fans are going crazy here at the Gifford Gymnasium as Fairlawn calls a timeout. Great move by Scott Schultz. Pump fake, laid it up and in. Schultz is just playing phenomenal, really stepping up his game here in the fourth quarter. I mentioned before that he could be lazy at times, but when he's on, Scott Schultz is just unstoppable down low.
Well, I haven't seen him be lazy tonight at all. I haven't seen 1 ounce of laziness in him. He's going for every rebound. He's been very ferocious out there. He wants the ball whenever he can get it. And especially in crunch time, they have a lot of younger players, so he has to show some older leadership for this young group. He got the ball on the post, and he delivered. Still a lot of time here, though. 30 seconds left. 46-45 in favor of the Wayne Hills Patriots. If you're just joining us, I'm David Suntup alongside Jason Olephant. So if you're Fairlawn, you have 30 seconds left. I assume you hold the ball and go for 1 shot. Is that what you would do?
Well, you know, I would look for Nicky Singer down low, Jack Hampson, Vinny Graff. Those are the 3 key players mostly for Fairlawn. The coach Jimmy Graff, Vinny Graff's the son of him, and Fairlawn coach Jimmy Graff is just setting up a play on the sideline. They got to look for his son, Vinny Graff. He has a great shot, and Hampson is great from the charity strike as well.
So there's 30 seconds here left in the 4th quarter. Fairlawn could elect to go to the hole, try to make a shot. Well, if you have a good shot, you take it. Wouldn't you say, Jason? If you have a good shot, you take it.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Fairlawn needs to look for the open look as Wayne Hills is up by 1. But Wayne Hills, they need to tough it out. They need to rule this win. Come on, Wayne Hills. They got to get this win really badly.
Well, I could see Fairlawn going for a shot. And even if they miss, they could foul. Wayne Hills would be at, well, I don't know if it would be a 1-on-1 or not. I think Fairlawn still has a couple fouls to give. So Wayne Hills would be at the stripe. And even if Wayne Hills delivered, they still be down by 3. Singer up against Rowan. Singer's going to call a timeout as Coach Graff does not like the way the Fairlawn offense is looking. 13 seconds left here. 46-45 in favor of the Wayne Hills Patriots. So Fairlawn, they want to see if they had something. They did. They burned some clock. So now it's either win or lose.
Yeah, Fairlawn is going to tick the clock down, and they're going to go for the win. It's either win or lose here as the fans are on their feet here at the Gifford Gymnasium. This has been a great game from first quarter to last quarter. Wayne Hills and Fairlawn grueling it out in basketball. A great matchup here as Wayne Hills is trying to go for their 5th consecutive win. Wayne Hills just got to play defense. They can't foul anybody. They got to let Fairlawn take the shot, and it's either win or lose.
Well, Fairlawn is in the bonus situation, so Wayne Hills does not have a foul to give. If Wayne Hills had a foul to give, I would let a couple seconds go off the clock and then foul. But Wayne Hills is not in that situation, so they really have to step it up here defensively, play tight defense. Vinny Graff has been deadly from long range, so I definitely be careful. What I think Fairlawn is going to do, I think Vinny Graff's going to drive to the hole. He's going to look to kick out to one of the big men, either Matt Paterno, Nick Singer, and maybe Jack Hampson, maybe Julius Kaczynski. So it's going to be a wait and see. But Wayne Hills just has to watch for the penetration by Graff in the kick out.
I wouldn't be surprised if Graff drove in like you said, but you know, a lot of players on Fairlawn have been quiet. There's only been 3 key players for Fairlawn. It would be very interesting if Fairlawn can find a different person for the win.
Fairlawn to inbound under their own basket. Wayne Hills has Romeo, Donnarumma, Paischel, Schultz, and Lacarica. As I believe Coach Catalano is now going to call a timeout. Now he saw what set Fairlawn was going to run. Now he wants to make some adjustments.
Yeah, Coach Cat didn't like the way Wayne Hills looked on defense. But, you know, back to what I was saying, Paterno, Graff, Hampson, they've been the 3 key players for Fairlawn in this game. But I wouldn't be surprised if they kicked it out to someone anonymous that has been quiet the whole game, because Wayne Hills is probably most likely, in my opinion, I think they're going to double team Paterno if they dish it off to him down low. And maybe Paterno can kick it out to some anonymous offense person that could score.
Well, I don't know if you could double team anyone in this situation. They're down by 1 point. Fairlawn, all they have to do is go off the glass for 2. They have to make 1 shot and they win this game. So I would not double team anyone. If anything, I would try to contain Graff because he's the playmaker on this team. He could drive to the hole. He has a nice touch from the outside. He could kick it out. So Graff is definitely the most potent player on this Fairlawn offense. So Wayne Hills is winning this game 46-45 in the 4th quarter. 13 seconds left here. Fairlawn is going to have a side out under their basket.
Donnarumma is back into the game. The 5 starters for Wayne Hills: Donnarumma, Schultz, Lacarica, Paischel, and Nikolai the Great Romeo.
Wayne Hills has Lacarica, Schultz, Romeo, Donnarumma, and Paischel. Singer to inbound for Fairlawn. 13 seconds left. 46-45 in favor of the Wayne Hills Patriots. Singer to Graff. Graff tries to go to the hole. Graf, shot, no good, in and out. Rebounded by Scott Schultz and Justin Aruma. And the possession arrow is in favor of the Wayne Hills Patriots. So Wayne Hills will hit the ball, and Fairlawn will have to foul.
The fans are on their feet, giving a strong ovation for the hustle there by Scott Schultz, grabbing the rebound. It's called for a jump ball, but Wayne Hills has the possession arrow. But this game isn't over yet. Plenty of time, 8 seconds. Fairlawn will look to foul Wayne Hills, and if they hit both, it'll only be a 3-point lead. So Fairlawn is still very much in this game.
As Coach Catalano calls a timeout. As Joey Russo enters the game for Nick Romeo, I guess Coach Cat wants his good free throw shooters out there. So Fairlawn has 5 fouls. I'm not sure how many fouls until you're in the bonus, so Fairlawn may have to foul once or twice. 8.4 seconds left. Even if Wayne Hills makes both free throws, Fairlawn will still have a chance to make a 3 in tie this game, so this game is far from over with.
Dave, I'm not knocking down Joey Russo or anything, but in my opinion, I would rather have defense on the floor rather than good foul shooting, because if Wayne Hills misses their free throws, then they're going to need good defense. And I don't know if Wayne Hills has another timeout. Do they, Dave?
Well, I'm not sure, but if Wayne Hills can't get the ball in, well, the free throws are important because if Wayne Hills makes 2 free throws, it's a 3-point game, and Fairlawn's regular to the perimeter. So I can see what Coach Cat is trying to do. And Joey Russo, he likes the tough moments. He likes the pressure. So this will be a good challenge for Joey Russo if he, in fact, gets the ball.
If Wayne Hills is going to look for anyone to shoot free throws, the person who's most clutch from the free throw line is definitely Steven Lacarica, and they got to look for him.
As Wayne Hills comes out of their timeout with Russo, Peischel, Donnarumma, Schultz, and Lacarica. I'm surprised Mike Calacurcio is on the floor. If Wayne Hills is looking for free throw shooters, Mike Calacurcio will be the perfect option.
I think Calacurcio is still nagging that knee injury that he got earlier in this year.
Fairlawn coming with the full court press. Donnarumma looking to pass in the ball. Passes it in to Lacarica. As they call a foul, Fairlawn thought that Lacarica dribbled the ball out of bounds and then he was fouled, but that is not the case.
That was a close call there for the referees. Lacarica is going right baseline. It looked like he might have gone out of bounds, but good call by the referees giving a home call here.
As 2 seconds elapsed off the clock. 6 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. Wayne Hills is beating Fairlawn 46-45.
Yeah, another timeout on the floor. Fairlawn looking to set up a play and seeing who they can possibly foul. They got to have good ball denial on Steve Lacarica because the ball is going to go to him most likely or Joey Russo. So if anyone who you don't want to, well, you know what? Actually, Wayne Hills, all 5 players that are on the court can shoot free throws quite well from the charity strike. So anybody who gets the ball pretty much is a good clutch free throw shooter.
I would more likely want one of the guards at the line because while Scott Schultz is a very good free throw shooter, if Wayne Hills misses a second free throw, they need their best rebounders in the box to try to rebound the ball. So I want Scott Schultz on the block. So I'm not sure, but maybe he's the last option to get the inbounds play here because they want him to rebound. But he shot very well from the charity stripe in this game. And Scott Schultz has played a phenomenal game. I believe he has around 8 or 10 points, over 10 rebounds, but he's really impressed me on the defensive end and the rebounding end tonight.
The freshmen have really achieved from start to finish in this season. The freshmen moving straight up when they got into here at Wayne Hills, straight to the varsity level. You got to give it up to Joey Russo and Steve Lacarica, playing great offense, great defense within the whole game today.
As Wayne Hills have a side out under their basket. Donnarumma to inbound. Wayne Hills is coming out with Donnarumma, Peischel, Lacarica, Schultz, and Russo. Donnarumma to inbound. Paterno defending the inbounds play. Peischel, as he is fouled by Fairlawn. 2 seconds elapsed off the clock. So Peischel is in the bonus situation, I believe. I believe this is a 1-and-1.
What I said before, Dave, I said they needed defense after the free throws just in case they missed him. And Nikolai the Great Romeo is indeed checking back in for his defensive presence. He's great on the defensive side of the ball, Nick Romeo.
Yeah, that's what Coach Cat was waiting to do. When he wanted Russo on the floor because if he got the ball, he could make the free throws. But now he's not shooting the free throws. He has a bigger body in Nick Romeo and a more experienced player. So Peischel to shoot. This is a one-on-one situation. If he makes the first, he gets the second. If he misses the free throw, I'm not sure if Fairlawn has any timeouts. First free throw on the way. It's good by Mike Peischel. As the Patriots increase their lead to 2, 47-45 here in the fourth quarter. 4 seconds left.
That's clutch, baby. That's clutch. Mike Peischel hitting the free throw, 1-on-1. The second one coming right now.
As the Fairlawn coach is saying, if Fairlawn gets the rebound, call timeout. Second free throw, no good. They do not have any timeouts left. Graff up the floor. Graff from half court. No good as the Wayne Hills Patriots hold on to defeat the Fairlawn Cutters here at the Gifford Gymnasium 47-45.
They played their heart out. Scott Schultz, Mike Peichel, Steve Locarica. The list yet again goes on. Wayne Hills playing superb. Both sides of the ball, offense and defense. Russo shooting the three-pointer very well. Locarica driving in, had some great assists to Scott Schultz and Nick Romeo, cutting into the lane plenty of times. But, you know, Fairlawn, they play their hearts out. This is a good game. They have nothing to worry about. You know, this is a great game on both sides of the ball. Wayne Hills, big win for Wayne Hills.
I actually like that decision by Mike Peichel. Make the first, miss the second, because by missing the second free throw, Fairlawn didn't have a chance to regroup, so Fairlawn had to rebound the ball and basically go down the court and try to make a shot. So Fairlawn got a half-court shot there, not the shot that they would have been looking for if they were able to get a better shot. So if Peichel made the second free throw, Fairlawn would have had a chance to get down the court. They could have gotten a better opportunity, and they possibly could have made a three.
Did Fairlawn have any timeouts as they were bringing up the ball?
No, they would have called a timeout there if they had a timeout. So they did not have a timeout there.
Yeah, I wouldn't think that someone from Fairlawn would shoot it from half court and swoosh it. As I'm here with Scott White, big fan. He's pumped up that Wayne Hills won. But you got to give it up to Wayne Hills. Great win as Wayne Hills improves to 9-13 on the season, winning their 5th straight game here at the Gifford Gymnasium.
Yeah, definitely a great game by Wayne Hills. Everyone chipped in. Joey Russo played very well off the bench. Steve Lacarica, freshman phenom, also played extremely well. Scott Schultz, rebounding, defense, offense. Mike Peichel hitting clutch free throws. Donnarumma played very well. Nick Romeo played very well on defense and offense. So the whole team really contributed in this game today. They really played great. They avenged their earlier loss to Fairlawn in the season. The first time these two teams played, Wayne Hills lost that game against Fairlawn 52-41. So they came out here and played very well. And they played good down the clutch. They have a young team. They were not scared about playing in the clutch. So you have to be impressed with their poise on the stretch.
Yeah, that game was at Fairlawn indeed. This game here was at Wayne Hills. They had the good home crowd today, a capacity crowd, probably the biggest crowd I've seen this year as Wayne Hills played superb. Schultz, he had a great game, pumped up for this one. He scored great points, had his phenomenal block so far today.
Yeah, Wayne Hills, definitely a fantastic game on their part. They're really playing well. That was their 5th win in a row as they go into the last week of their season, a couple of non-conference games. That wraps up their conference schedule for the season. For Jason Olephant, Sean Yoo, Andrew Gayo, and Jake Silverman, I'm David Suntup. The final at the Gifford Gymnasium, the Wayne Hills Patriots defeat the Fairlawn Cutters 47-45. I'm David Suntup signing off.